Testing, testing. How's my audio? Testing, testing. How's my audio? There we go. All right. Audio looks good to me, guys. I've got everything pulled up on my end. I've got your questions that I can see inside of the chat. We'll go ahead and get things rolling. I'm gonna make some posts on Instagram, and I'm also gonna get this live rolling on Instagram as well. So. Alrighty. What is going on, everybody? We are going to do a man talk Q&A today, but all questions are going to be prioritized through YouTube. So YouTube questions top priority. You can find the link to YouTube stream in my stories, my Instagram stories. You guys got that? All right. So we are prioritizing the YouTube, guys. So please keep that in mind. I pinned the comment. Remember that. I'm going to be mainly answering questions off of my YouTube. So if you guys want to head over there to ask questions, I will be first answering questions on the YouTube chat, which I have pulled up right next to me. And the quality is much higher on YouTube than you guys are getting on Instagram. So keep that in mind. If you have any questions, drop them in the YouTube chat. Let's go ahead and see where the evening takes us. All right. First of all, big bro, I am a fan of yours from India. Love it. Fantastic. Hi, bro. Great. Any take on MK677? MK677, it's a growth hormone secretagogue. I would not recommend taking it to pretty much anybody. It's just going to increase your appetite. It's going to mimic ghrelin in your system. It's going to make you more hungry. It's also going to destroy your insulin sensitivity. So, yeah, I would not take that if I were you. It also makes you not natural. Hello, I have a question. How do I embrace the fact that you're different than others and take responsibility for work? I guess I'm a bit confused by that question. I'm not going to lie. How do you embrace the fact that you're different from others and take responsibility for work? That's step number one, is embracing that you're different than others. That's just going to be part of how it goes. What do you think about doing weed from time to time? I stopped smoking weed myself because it made me fall into a slew of other issues, other vices. I feel like it genuinely took my willpower away. And in my opinion, it's not worth doing anything that's going to take your willpower away and make you less productive overall of a human being. I had a really good time smoking. I'm not going to lie. It was honestly my favorite thing to do, and I looked forward to it a little bit too much, but I had to give it up because it's exactly what it was. It was too much. It was too much. I was constantly making stupid decisions when I was high, and I was all constantly avoiding the work that I was supposed to do. So, you have mentioned hypothyroidism. What is your caloric maintenance? My current caloric maintenance that I'm sitting at is about 3,800 calories. Keep in mind, I walk about 20 to 30,000 steps every single day, and I work out really hard, and I do cardio after every workout, and I do cardio on rest days. So that is why my maintenance is so incredibly high. Even if you have hypothyroidism, like, it doesn't make that big of a difference. You can still lose fat. You can still get shredded. I won my first bodybuilding show completely hypothyroid without using any sort of medication at all. Are you 100% natty, bro? Yes. By the OCB standards, by natural bodybuilding standards, I am 100% natural. Let's see here. Thoughts on Charlie Kirk? Didn't realize you had a YouTube, by the way. Yeah, we have a YouTube. The YouTube has been going well lately. I post 5 times a week plus on here. What's my take on Charlie Kirk? I didn't really watch Charlie Kirk at all. He had some good takes. He was also a devout Christian, so I can respect that. But at the same time, I like to steer clear of the annoying BS that comes along with politics. Like, I think 90% of politics are just a complete and total waste of time. And Charlie Kirk spent a lot of his time debating stupid people. And it was just utter brain rot entertainment. And I hate that type of entertainment that's like, conservative owns liberal. It's just where people with no life go in order to like get off to watching politics and distract them from what's actually important in their life. It kind of pisses me off. So I wasn't a big fan of the type of content that he made, but I respect him as a man. How can I stop gooning? Serious question. Well, you first need to realize that it's a sin that every man has been up against in the Bible. Even the strongest men fell to sexual urges. And so you have to keep that in mind. But at the same time, there are a lot of very practical things that you can do. Number one, you can separate porn from masturbation. I would say that that's kind of step one, is understanding that the two do not need to go together. Porn with masturbation, 10 times worse. So much worse. So much worse when you combine the two together. Now, I'm also a big fan of NoFap, so I think that masturbation is bad. I would try to avoid it, but I think porn is the real enemy. And so if you can get rid of that completely, you'll be in a much, much better place. Like you're going to be in a much better spot when you completely get rid of the porn aspect. So try to get rid of that first. Focus on trying to desexualize your brain. I've got plenty of videos on that on the channel going in depth on how to go about that and the habits that you need to develop. And you really need to understand that it's a battle that you're going to have to face every single day. Every single day, you're going to have to struggle through it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. But every single man, that's the journey that we have ahead of us. It's part of sin. It's part of our fallen nature. We're always going to have to run into that. Let's see here. How to deal with a small dating pool because of my non-negotiables / deal breakers. Good question. Volume is the answer. Like you just have to meet a ton of girls. You have to go out there and you have to be active on, number one, searching in good places where you're going to find a girl that aligns with your non-negotiables and that aligns with your deal breakers. Like you're going to find somebody in specific places where those type of people tend to be. Don't go to the bar looking for a traditional woman. Don't pull up Halloween night downtown looking for a traditional woman. I don't know exactly what your deal breakers are, but the answer is simply volume. Like you have to approach more women. You have to start conversations. You have to interact with more women. And as time goes on, you will start to realize that there are actually women out there that agree with your non-negotiables and your deal breakers, especially the ones that you interact with properly. Like if you're a man, you command respect and authority in interactions with women. A lot more of them will agree with you on your non-negotiables when they wouldn't agree with a lesser man if he was giving them the same non-negotiables. Hopefully that makes sense. Are there any peptides you would say are safe? I think plenty of them are safe, but I don't really recommend them. That's not really what this is for. I have recommended BPC 157 and TB 500 to a couple of people in the past, but it's under very, very specific circumstances. Like a lot of people just think, oh, I have nothing wrong with me. I want to take a peptide. No, you're stupid. You don't need to take anything. If you have a serious injury, then start thinking about taking something like BPC 157 or TB 500. How do I get over fumbling my dream woman a second time in my life? I need more context on that to actually give good advice and answer the question. But I would just go find another one. That's the truth of the matter. Like I've fallen in love at first sight like 3 or 4 times in my life. So you label this woman as your dream woman. I assume you had a great time with her. You might have even fallen in love with her at first sight. But I'm being 100% honest with you. I've fallen in love at first sight 4 times now. So understand that you just got to get out there more. It's volume, guys. It's a volume game. You got to get out there more. You got to put yourself out there more. Why is the Access Fitness leg extension always broken? Dude, tell me about it. I stopped hitting legs there a while ago. In your experience, what's the best way to rewire your brain to become more disciplined and stop craving dopamine? I think the best thing that you can do is change your environment. Like if you're willing to get extreme in order to change your habits, go change your environment. Switch things up. Move somewhere new. Move into a new house. And then start crafting a new routine. Start crafting new habits. And don't let your old habits follow you into the new environment. Changing environment is huge. It's amazing. It gives you the ability to restructure things. And if you can't completely change your environment, restructure your room. Move things around. Start keeping your room more tidy. Come up with a calendar for yourself on weekdays And then on weekend days of things that you're doing, fill your space, fill your time appropriately. If I were you, I know we got 74 people here watching on Instagram right now. I would completely delete Instagram. I would delete all short form content if I didn't post on there. Like, I think that the juice is not worth the squeeze. Like, it's just simply not worth it, in my opinion, to be consuming short form social media in general, even though I post it. Like, I know that's probably kind of funny for some of you guys to hear, but that's the reality of the situation. Like, I don't think that it's worth it. I can only talk to girls after a couple of drinks because the conversations are dry when I'm sober. What should I do? I can figure out if a woman is going to be a dry conversation in the first 2 minutes. In the first 2 minutes that I'm conversating with her, I can figure out whether or not she's going to be dry. And if she's going to be dry, I'm not going to talk to her. But if you keep having dry conversation after dry conversation after dry conversation, it's probably you. Like, you need to fix things. You need to get better at the conversation. You need to get better at stirring the pot. Like, girls love it when you play. Like, when you have a good time. When you, like, tease each other and you make funny jokes and you put yourself out there. They really like that. Don't take things too seriously. Don't interrogate somebody. Just have a good time. That's all I can say about that. If you're having too many dry conversations in a row, it might be you, brother. I stopped smoking weed. It's one of the greatest choices I've ever made. Good stuff for you, man. That's great to hear. Brandon, hello from California. How do you master your emotions to drive your focus towards completing important tasks? I do have quite a few YouTube videos on this, on how to go about focusing. Most of it has to do with eliminating distractions, because the distractions are always what you're going to use in order to suck the time that you should be spending doing the things that you actually need to do. A lot of productivity has less to do with what can I add in and what special tips and tricks can I do that are new, and it has more to do with just getting rid of all of the stupid shit that's taking up your time. How do I overcome being non-productive in tasks that I don't particularly enjoy? There are times where my brain physically refuses to lock in and I don't know how to overcome it. You are operating at a certain baseline. You are getting a certain amount of enjoyment out of life. And the reason why you can't do hard things, why your brain refuses to lock in, is because it's receiving too much stimulation from bullshit. You need to cut out the bullshit. It's just like I just said. It has more to do with subtraction than it does have to do with addition. If you can't sit down and do something hard, like you can't sit down and read a book, that means that your phone is a problem and you need to fix it. There are things that you need to take out ASAP so that hard work starts to feel good again. I also just like to write down the tasks that I have to do. And then when I check them off, every single time I get a little dopamine hit from checking off a task that I was supposed to do. I don't think my other friends and I are on the same path. They always see me in the same way in the past. Get some new friends. Swap them out, bro. Swap them out. It's not that big of a deal. If they can't see you for the person that you're trying to become, if you notice that you're constantly stuck in recurring patterns in your own behavior time and time and again when you're hanging around the same people, get out of that situation. Bro, I need help. I ghosted my toxic relationship and the pain is unbearable. I really want to reach out. Can Jesus help me? Sorry for the heavy question. You ghosted your toxic relationship, but now you want back? You want back, my friend, because you're horny. You need to fix that. I don't know what this toxic relationship looked like, but you were probably doing things that you shouldn't be doing, creating soul ties with people. And now it's hard to leave, and it's hard to be lonely. It's hard to be by yourself. Why do you think the relationship was toxic in the first place? Because you can't be by yourself. Because you're not a man that's focused on a purpose and on a mission. Because you're too focused on her. That's how relationships become toxic in the first place, is the dynamic gets thrown off. If you left the relationship and you were totally fine, you should just get back into the dating market, like as soon as possible. What's a good laptop for videos? I have the newest MacBook Pro, and it is fantastic. But I made millions of dollars on a $400 MSI gaming laptop. So you don't need expensive toys in order to make a lot of money and do good in business and make good videos. But it sure does help to have good quality stuff. How many days a week do you train? I usually do 2 days on, 1 day off. 2 days on, 1 day off. Sometimes I'll do 3 days on, 1 day off. So it totals to like 4 to 5 days per week, depending on the week. How do you man, we've got a lot of questions about this. I'm okay with the lust and porn questions. It's just, when you get asked the same thing over and over and over again, I try to come at it from different angles, just like I do in all my videos. But guys, I've got a whole playlist on YouTube about this called Lust Conquering. Make sure to go check that out. I'm going to take a quick break and fill up my water bottle. I will be right back. Reminder for all of those on Instagram, we are prioritizing YouTube comments, and the link to the YouTube is in my story. So go check it out if you want. We're going to skip ahead here to the most recent questions. All right. How do you stay spiritually consistent? I really like to turn on the audio Bible as soon as I wake up in the morning. I just go through the Bible over and over and over and over and over and over again. I've been through the whole Bible multiple times in the past year, just listening to it. I like to do that while I'm showering. I like to do that before I'm headed to bed. I like to do that when I'm feeling kind of disconnected after a stressful day. It's very entertaining for me to be able to do that. So that's one. I also make sure that I regularly attend church every single Sunday. I haven't skipped a Sunday church service in a very, very long time. It's been years. And I also have a men's group that I attend every single Wednesday. Like, these things are hard to do, but you need to make time for them in your schedule if you actually care about it. Is 5'10" short, Brandon? No, I think that that's a great height. In my opinion, 5'11" to like 6'2" is kind of the best height ever. What is the best and worst religion according to you? How do I become disciplined as a homeschooler with many distractions? You have to get rid of them. Put your phone away for 8 hours a day. That's what you should be doing. Like, you're a homeschooler. Are you allowed to have your phone throughout the day? If so, that's ridiculous. Get rid of the phone, man. High schoolers should not be allowed to have their phones in classes. That is just absolutely insane to me. How many years after beginning weight training is a good time to consider going on stage? It all depends on how much size you have and what your goals are. You can step on stage looking like a complete twig at 120 pounds, 6 foot, if you want to. Like, it all depends on what you want to look like on stage. I looked like crap my first bodybuilding show that I ever did when I was 20 years old. I did win because it was like 6 people in my class, and I just happened to be the most conditioned. But, like, I did not look very good. I had 0 striations in my lower body. What's your advice on finding Christian like-minded friends in a new city? Been here and there and struggling. Go to a church and find a men's group. I've never had trouble finding a men's group, finding a Bible study. I've gone to many different ones over my past couple years. Even ones that weren't connected to my church, I would seek them out. Go introduce yourself to people at the gym. Guys at the gym, ask them, hey, are you a Christian? Oh, yeah, you're a Christian? Okay. Where's a group that I can go to? Like, connect me in here. Give me somebody's phone number. Put me in a group chat. Like, you guys have to be active with this type of stuff. If you guys are alone, if you're struggling with loneliness, you can't find friends, you can't find like-minded people, that is 100% your problem. We are living in the easiest society ever to be social and to go talk to people. You see people every single day when you go out. Learn to mingle, learn to have conversations. Do you have an inspiration in your life that molded your character and behavior? I do. I would say my dad is a huge inspiration for me. He's a small town pastor. I think we'll leave it with that. He's probably the biggest one. How do you deal with people who... Oh my goodness, I lost it. Where'd it go? I totally lost that question. Bear with me, guys. Where did it go? Did it get deleted? Somebody asked me a question about jealousy, but I'm struggling to see it now. Interesting. How much horsepower does your Challenger have? My horsepower, or my Challenger has 797 horsepower. So I just say 800. If you're trying to put on 20 pounds healthy, what would you eat in a day as a 16-year-old? I'd eat in a small surplus, eat your body weight in pounds and grams of protein, and try to keep it to a lot of whole foods. The question was, how do you deal with people who try to make you jealous? That person is a part of your inner circle and they're hard to cut off. Great question. Here's the truth. If you're ever getting jealous, it's a you problem. It's a you problem. It has less to do with, oh, I'm going to do something to this specific person in order to like blot them out of my life so then I'm not jealous of them anymore. As soon as you see yourself getting envious, as soon as you see yourself getting jealous, you have to go inward. You have to look into your own behavior, into your own thoughts, and realize this is a me problem. I shouldn't be jealous of somebody else. I should be able to look at my life and say, there is nobody else that I would rather be. You're developing your own character. So when you get jealous, It's not, oh, how do I treat this person? How do you treat this person? Pray for that person. Like, pray for them. Say, hey, this guy's crushing it, and I hope that he continues to crush it. That's what you should do. And you should say, God, take this envy away from me and help me appreciate what I have. That's what you need to do. Jealousy is a you problem. You need to pray to God, hey, God, please take this feeling away from me. Take this envy away from me. Give me appreciation for who I am, who you've made me into, or who you are going to make me into. Would you be willing to compromise on your deal breakers? Like no drinking, smoking, and vaping if she's perfect in every other way. I never said that drinking was a deal breaker for me. Every girl that I've ever dated drinks alcohol. I don't expect the woman that I'm dating to be sober. She's not allowed to drink when she's not with me if she's mine, though. Smoking is a huge turnoff. I would not date a woman that was smoking. If a woman is smoking, she's not perfect in every other way. That's just the simple matter of the fact. And if she's vaping, she's not perfect in every other way. That both of those things would be big turnoffs for me. I really want to start posting on social media like you to inspire others and make a business out of it. I'm so freaking scared of people's judgment, even my friends and my family. How do you do it? It takes a long time of breaking the ice. It is very, very difficult. Like, I will not lie. You will receive criticism from people that you thought were your friends. You will receive criticism from people that you thought loved you. You will see other people grow envious of you that you thought were your friends and wish on your downfall and spread rumors about you. That's just part of the process. If you're truly called to do something, if that's your craft, that's the craft that you want to master, you need to go out and do it. Everybody is going to critique you every step of the way, no matter what you decide to do. Even if you decide to do the most basic, boring thing ever, be a cashier at a grocery store for the rest of your life, your friends, your family, everybody eventually is going to be like, yo, are you still working at that grocery store as a cashier? Are you ever going to change? Are you ever going to switch things up ever? Because you should. Criticism is going to come from every angle, no matter what you do. So do you prefer to lean into it and do something that you actually want to do, or do you prefer to run away from it? Best questions to ask a girl to get to know her better on a deep level. Is getting married younger better? I would say, that's a great question. I would say that getting married younger is better in most situations. In most situations, I would say that it's better. Questions to ask females in order to get to know them on a deeper level. I really like asking them about their family. Asking them what their relationship is like with their dad is a very, very important one. Asking them if they feel depressed throughout the week, if they feel sad, and when they feel sad, how do they go about acting on it? Like, what do they do when they're sad? Ask them about their previous relationships and what they think about their past exes. That's a really, really good one. I'll leave you with those. I could go on for hours. Thoughts on Nick? I don't want to talk politics here, guys. Genuinely, I think politics are a cesspool. Like, if you're here, ask me a question about you. Don't ask me a question about some other dude. Like, that's just stupid, in my opinion. 90% of politics is total and utter BS. You're literally watching Love Island. You're gooning to politics, bro. I'm a bit underweight. My height is 6'1". So to look masculine, I have to build some muscles. So please give me some bulking tips. Stay in a surplus, train hard, sleep better. Best questions to ask a girl. Okay, we already did that one. I have a girl, and she loves God and goes to church as well, but does not live like it. How do I help her so we can stay together? She loves God and goes to church as well, but she does not live like it. If she doesn't live like she loves God, leave her. And if she shapes up, she can come back. But you're just dating this girl. Like you don't need to stick around in order to make her change if she's not a true believer. You should be able to tell by her fruits if she is an actual believer. And if she is not, that's a huge red flag. Politics is gay. Any tips on finding the job/career that suits you? Find something that you're good at. Find something that you're good at or you really want to get good at. I would choose a skill. Rather than choosing an actual career, find a skill and decide, hey, I want to get really, really good at this skill. What are some jobs that I can pick up that are going to make me good money after I develop this specific skill? You want to live life as a man skill-based, not necessarily career-based. I'm 24. I've never had a girlfriend. I've been on... Oh, wow. You've never had a girlfriend. You've never been on a date, and you've never had sex. Okay. Should you try to get out there and socialize with ladies or focus on myself, career, and find someone else along the way? Please go out there and socialize with ladies. Please. You're 24, you've never had a girlfriend, you've never been on a date, and you've never had sex. Should you focus on yourself and your career? No. I mean, you should. Yes, you should focus on yourself and your career, but you should definitely go out there and socialize with ladies. It takes like one day a week, guys. It takes one evening a week. Go approach one person a day. That just blows my mind. What advice do you have for someone who has gotten engaged at 19 years old? I get a lot of hate and criticism for getting engaged young. If you're making a good choice, like you're a man, you're the one that's making the decision. If you're making a good choice and you're choosing a good woman, I don't think that there's anything to be ashamed of. I think that that's great. I think a lot of people are jealous. I think a lot of people wish that they would have married their high school sweetheart. Like, I think that's almost always the best way to go, is finding a good woman when you guys are young and getting married. Like, I think that that's cool. Shouldn't Christians be involved in politics because we are supposed to make sure that our leaders are upholding God's law? 90% of politics is total and utter BS. It's rage porn. 90% of it. Oh, Trump did this. Oh, Kamala did this. Oh my gosh. It's so... Did you guys see that one liberal that ran his Tesla into the... It's such a waste of time. 90% of it. 10% is you just go, oh, hey, who believes in killing babies and who doesn't believe in killing babies? Okay? Got it. Vote with your morals. Vote with your values. We've created a great system. I love America. I'm very pro-America. Know as much as you need to know in order to make a competent decision and not be a total idiot. But vote with your morals and your values. Don't vote based off of rage porn. I wanted to talk to modern type girls, but they never turn me on. And I'm subconsciously drawn to innocent types, but everyone is telling me that the modern ones are best. There is a lot of confusion. Yeah, dude, I can tell you are extremely confused and you have it totally backwards. So I'd get that fixed as soon as possible. So, Brandon, I have a question. I don't know how I need to behave every day. I don't know if I need to be more expressive or more calm. I don't know my true behavior and it bothers me. I think that there's a time to be expressive and there's a time to be calm. I think there's a time for both. When you're around a lot of people that you don't know, choose calm, choose to listen, like choose to navigate situations in a calculated way rather than being super out there right off the bat. But don't be scared of simple conversation at the same time. How to deal with fear. Even the thought of sending a CV is making me anxious. What's a CV? Let alone an interview. I have bad sleep too. I just barely stay awake. I can't stay consistent with a sleep routine for years. There's a lot there. I think that you've been hiding yourself away for too long. Like these people who struggle with anxiety, I used to struggle with anxiety. It's because I hadn't done a lot of stuff. I was locking myself up in a room for the majority of the day, not doing things. You make anxiety go to hell by going out and doing things, by putting yourself out there, by legitimately fighting it every single day. And if you go years without fighting it, it's this massive wall that's in front of you. And what you do is you have to take piece by piece away from it, chipping it now in order to eventually get to a point where you don't feel anxious doing basic human stuff. How do I stop people pleasing and needing everyone's approval? That's a shift that you make up here, dude. That's a shift that you make up here. Before you even do any action, if you're a people pleaser, you'll find that you've already decided, hey, this is what I'm going to do because this is how other people are going to perceive it. This is how other people are going to either like me or they are not going to like me. You need to realize that about yourself. You've already got that. That's step number one. And now it's just about going the opposite direction a little bit. Like practicing confrontation, practicing doing things that you actually want to do and slowly breaking the mold. I hate my life. I feel like I've never accomplished anything great. What do? You're 18 years old, dude. You haven't accomplished anything great. You're 18 years old. I hadn't accomplished anything great when I was 18 years old either. But what did I do? I did the basic fundamentals. Work out regularly. Get your nutrition in check. Sleep well. Educate yourself. Learn to communicate. Learn to have conversations with people. Establish a good routine. Start working hard. Start learning skills. You're 18 years old. You have your whole life ahead of you. Why are you scared that you haven't accomplished anything great yet at 18 years old? You literally have your entire life to do that. Your entire life. You get to build your character from here on out. That's the most exciting thing ever. You should be looking at the rest of your life being like, if I start on something now, imagine what I could create 30 years down the line. Like if I actually put my mind to something, what could I create 30 years from now? That's how you create something great. You don't create something great at 18 years old. Like I'm telling you guys, the fast money influencers that are making a ton of money at a young age, their stuff is so short-lived. It's so short-lived. These guys act like they have the life, but they don't. It's so short-lived, it's fleeting. Go actually build something cool, something that stands the test of time. Is this really live? Yes, this is live. As someone who lives a godly life, I want a girl who lives the same. How do I ensure this when a lot of women wear a cross or say that they're Christian but don't lead a godly life? You will know her by her fruit, by the fruits that she bears. And if she is a woman that is actually Lady Wisdom, you should be able to see that pretty quickly. I know that a lot of girls wear crosses. OF models wear crosses. You have to dig deeper here. And it should not take that long talking to a girl to be able to determine whether or not, like where she's actually at. Do you want to know what happens with most guys? Most guys are blinded by the beauty. They're blinded by the beauty. And they say, oh, this girl's wearing a cross necklace and she's so hot. Like, I want her to be godly so bad, but she's a strumpet. Just because she wears a cross doesn't mean she's not a strumpet. Your problem is that you become too obsessed with beauty and you want the girl that's wearing the cross to be a Christian when they're not. That's your problem. How do you navigate building social groups, lore, experiences while prioritizing fitness, nutrition, career, university, and mental health? It's really not that hard. 4 days out of the week, I have specific things that I do every single week. I make time for those things. I make time for hanging out with friends. I make time for spending time with my family. You have to carve those evenings out and say, hey, I'm putting my time here. I'm putting my focus here, my energy, my effort. I'm getting people together this night. I'm doing this night. It's pretty simple when you actually sit down. As somebody who works 12 plus hours a day, I still make time for this. I went through a brutal breakup, and a lot of your content has been really helpful and encouraging. Love to hear that. I've been meal prepping and doing some home workouts for a few months now. Very cool to hear. I love that, dude. I have the urge to smoke weed right now after a long day. Is it bad to smoke at night after a long day? Yes, it is bad to smoke weed because you want to get a good quality night's sleep. And weed literally makes your quality of sleep worse. You think that it helps you unwind and relax? It actually ruins your REM sleep, your rapid eye movement sleep, the sleep that actually matters. It ruins it. If you're tired, if you want to unwind, the best way that you can unwind is just go to bed. Just go to bed. Thoughts on dating someone that isn't equally yoked? I don't think I'm strong enough in my faith to date a woman of God. Oh boy. Get strong in your faith would be my first recommendation. But then number 2, even if you are an unbeliever, I would find a woman of God because they're the best. Like, they're unequivocally the best. If you're an unbeliever and you have a wife who is a believer, who believes that there's a God on high and she has amazing morals, amazing values, the fruits of the Spirit, you should go get one of those. I don't care how far along you are with your faith. You need to go find a woman of God because they're the best. Like, it doesn't get any better than that. I'm 21 and I've been on self-improvement since I was 15. Nice. But I still don't get respect from my peers, even being made fun of for doing all this. So shitty social life. Find a new group, man. Find a new group of friends. If people don't respect the hustle, if they don't respect what you're doing, go find somebody else that does. You're 21 years old now, dude. What does your 12-hour workday look like? I actually have quite a few day in the habits videos on my YouTube where I walk you through a full day. But I wake up, I take client calls, and I do client check-ins from like 7 in the morning till noon. And then usually have a couple of calls in the afternoon. I'm editing and I'm posting content during that entire time as well. I usually end up going to the gym after I'm finished up with most of my work around 5 o'clock. And then 5 o'clock to 7 o'clock, that's my workout time. I get home. I usually do more editing. I usually work more. Besides on Wednesday nights, on Friday nights, and on Saturday nights, I'll hang out with friends or hang out with family. Sunday nights as well, I hang out with family. Do you stream often? I'm trying to make it a more common thing. I didn't film a YouTube video today. I filmed one for the Empire Blueprint YouTube channel, but I think I'm going to try to do these whenever I feel like I don't have content to make, like I don't have any ideas. Because, guys, I put out one YouTube video every single day for the past 6 months. For the past 6 months, I put out one full-length YouTube video every single day. So, like, occasionally I do run out of topics to talk about. And so I think that what I'm going to do is just kind of come on here, talk to you guys, have a good time, hopefully answer some questions, and give you guys some direct value. Going back to the source code, you guys are the ones that give me the ideas for the videos in the first place. Any good book recommendations? I would say my favorite one is The 12 Rules for Life by Jordan Peterson. That one really changed my perspective on life as a man. That one is really, really good. 12 Rules for Life. 48 Laws of Power is also quite intriguing. Even after doing all those habits, I still don't feel confident in myself. So finding a new group of people seems difficult. Well, have you ever tried to just approach a beautiful woman before? Like, if confidence is what you're lacking, go approach a beautiful woman. Just go, like, have a conversation with her. And you'll notice the confidence comes out of nowhere after you're finished with the conversation. You feel awesome. Do you understand how that works? The confidence comes from doing. The confidence stems from action. The confidence just doesn't come out of nowhere. Like those habits that you're building, yeah, that's great. But if you want to find new people to talk to, you have to put yourself out there. And you become confident by having more interactions with people. You become more confident in front of people by expressing yourself and being totally fine with looking stupid or accidentally saying something stupid because you've had a million conversations before. It's the same habits. Like you have to develop habits that are making you better at social interaction. You've helped me a lot. Feels good to ask you some questions here that I've been wondering about. Thank you. Yeah, of course. I'm going to try to do this more often. I say that I'm going to try to do it more often. But honestly, guys, it's just hard. Like sometimes lives are difficult because you can, what do we got? We got 50 people on here plus 50. We've got 100 people watching right now. It's hard because when you're live streaming, just like sometimes you feel really good and sometimes you're just like not in a great mood. Like right now, I just finished like a ton of work. Like you guys might be able to tell, like I'm not in the best mood ever. And so that's why live streaming is kind of difficult, is because I feel like when I am in a good mood, I can either film a YouTube video or I can live stream. And so it kind of takes a back seat to everything. So I'll just try to come on here even when I'm not in the best mood. Maybe I'm a little bit tired. Maybe I'm not feeling awesome, but just answer your guys' questions and see how things are going. But it is time for me to head out. So thank you guys for your questions. Have a good night. It was great talking with y'all, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace out.